Hi everybody, this is Peter B, and welcome to a Monday episode. Last night, Sunday night, there was a great live stream where Sammy Thunder, under the For Collectors label, invited Orlando at Collector's Dream, Dom at Staven Sports, and Adam at the Vintage Sanctuary. And they were all on live, and they were asked to show one card from each decade up and through 1970s. And there were some beautiful cards shown last night, very nice. And today, Orlando did a recap on his own channel showing those same cards, and they're just as beautiful. So, it gave me the idea, let me show my favorite card of each decade. And so here we go. Now, Adam did show a couple of times more than one, and I'm going to have to do that just because of the way they're slabbed. Like that, for instance, this first one. So the first decade is the 1880s, the 19th century tobacco cards. And the card I love the most out of my collection is the one on the left, Mike King Kelly. It's an Allen and Ginter. And he's sharing a slab. Mike King Kelly is a Hall of Famer. And he's sharing a slab with another Hall of Famer, John Clarkson. And they both play with Boston in the 1888s. And so here's a little closer. It does have a crease for Kelly, but that's okay. Still beautiful card. Beautiful colors on them. And the back. Clarkson was better front because it came out of a scrapbook. And that's on the left, and that's the King Kelly back on the right. And so my favorite card from the decade of the 1880s is the 1888 Allen and Ginter Mike King Kelly. Okay, now let's move up to the 1890s. And this is from 1895. It's a Mayo cut plug tobacco card, and you're looking at Hugh Duffy of the Boston Red Sox, also a Hall of Famer. They came in loose tobacco, cut tobacco, that you would either roll for cigarettes or chew it. And if you notice, it says Mayo cut plug for chewing and smoking. And the card's a little beat up, but that's fine. It's a Hugh Duffy Hall of Famer from the Boston team back then. I think they were called the Bean Eaters. Great center fielder, like I said, in the Hall of Fame. The back of these cards are just plain black, which is unusual in the hobby. Makes them stand out. So that's my 1890s representation. Mayo cut plug, Hugh Duffy. Okay, though the next set of cards, the T206s, ran from 1909 through 11. We're going to call it 1909 when they first came out. And once again, because of the slab, I have to show more than one. This is a T206 Ty Cobb. And you got the bat on shoulder on the left and the red background on the right. Once again, they're T206s. We're calling it 1909. They were actually distributed 1909 through 1911, but this is my representation of the 1900 to 1909. the back of these cards, we got a polar bear on the red background and a Piedmont on the baton shoulder. But here I'm going to cheat a little bit. I mean, I can't choose between the two which one I like better. But actually, I can't choose between the 4 which I like better. And on the left, you got the baton or bat. And on the right, you got the green border. Beautiful colors. Background, the stadium, pennant flying, green grass, bluish stadium, the sun setting, and then you got the green background. I think if I had to choose from my collection, I would choose the green background. And the backs, they're both sweet caporals. Now this one, I know for a fact came out from 1909. And that is the green background. And the reason I know that, because from the first series, they had 150 subjects. So this is actually a 1909 card. And that's the one I chose. The other one probably came out in 1910, where they went up to 350 subjects. And polar bear, I think, also in 1910. And the red, 150 subjects, so that also came out in 1909. So I do have legit 1909 cards to display for the 1900s. Okay, now we're moving up to the 1910s, 1910 through 1919. And I'm gonna have to move my camera a little bit. Going for another cob. Pick up my camera. And that is a 1911 T3 turkey red tie cob. Let me just look at this thing. Has a pinhole, but hey, I mean, it's a turkey red cob. So this is my favorite card from the 1910 to 1919. My turkey red tie cob. And it does have the checklist on the back. No, it's not going to stay. Okay, 1920. I just did a video last week of all my 1920 cards. So please do check that out. My favorite one is probably this one. 1921 Exhibits, Heine Grow. There is Mr. Grow with his famous bottle bat. He had the barrel widen and the where you grip it with your hands smaller, because he had small hands. So 1921 Heine Grow exhibit represents my favorite card I have from the 20s. Okay, 1930. I have a bunch of 1930 cards. There's a lot of nice sets in 1930s. My favorite set is the Goudey. And what I'm going to show you is the 1933 Goudey Babe Ruth. Beautiful card. It's they have 4 of them. Two with the headshots, yellow and I forget, green. And they have another like mid body shot, and then this one. I chose this one because it gets the full body shot. Plus, without the background, this is taken from a famous photo. And they put in their own background. So from the 1930s, 1933, George, Herman, Babe, Ruth. And that's what the back of it looks like. Okay, moving up to the 40s. 40s are leaner because of the war. And I do have some early 40s. And then I do have some late 40s. This is the one I chose. It's a 1948 Topps Magic Photo, Walter Johnson. These are little mini photos. They would come in, I doubt they were issued one at a time. Maybe they were, just that they're so small. And it came in a little package. And you peel off the top and you apply water. And the image would appear in front of your eyes. Some of them today, the images are real bad. This one actually has a nice image of Walter Johnson. So, favorite card from 40s in my set. 1948 Topps Magic Photo, Walter Johnson. Moving up to the 50s. My favorite set from the 50s, 1956. And my favorite card I have of the 50s, the Roberto Clemente. I mean, look at that. The jumping up and catching a fly ball or a line drive in front of the billboard. And a nice portrait of him, Roberto Clemente. And this was actually hand-drawn by Topps artists from a photo. The photo shows a little bit distant, or more often distant, but there is actually that billboard. He's jumping up. And the back of the card. A little off-center, but I mean, other than that, look at the sides. Love it. Roberto Clemente, 1956 Topps. So this represents my favorite card of the 50s. Moving right along, we have two more. 1960s. I chose the 1961 card because the rookie card of 1960, first of all, says he's a second baseman, which that's not where he ended up playing. And it's just not as nice. I like this one. 1961. It's not his rookie card, but it says 1961 rookie, Carl Yastrzemski. And this is in a 5. Beautiful colors on it. Nice Yaz, early Yaz card. And the back. So the card I like the best to represent the 60s. 1961, Carl Yastrzemski. Yaz. Okay, my final card to represent the 70s. It's my favorite player. A lot of people love the 75 Topps set. It's okay. I like other sets from the 70s better, like the 71. But it's my favorite player, and it's his rookie card. The 1975 Topps George Brett. It's also the mini. The mini George Brett. So that is my favorite card of the 1970s. So I hope you like going down this little exercise with me that the guys did last night, and Orlando recapped today. And if you haven't seen the live stream, go ahead and watch it. I mean, like I said, there are some amazing cards. Or if you just want to see what Orlando showed, he has one on his channel today, Collector's Dream. And cards are super. So thank you for watching. And please like the video. And go ahead and leave a comment. Thank you very much. Bye.